We are back on the Korean server because there are two new characters that I do want to showcase today a little bit, and then we can check their skill descriptions translated to see what's going on. So, hello the internet, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today's topic, it's finally the Erpin alt, it's here. The Queen! It's getting an alt. Now, we have not only the Erpin alt, but we also have a second Nair as well. Now, when it comes to Nair, I'm surprised because when we talk about Nair, this is the alt for Nair. We don't even have the normal Nair in global, so I'm surprised they're getting a second one. We still don't have the base version. It is what it is, says Lavi. I got both of them. Actually, I got Nair with pools, and then I had to ticket an exchange with devotion for Erpin. The translations would be something like Erpin Royal as a queen, right? With the E at the end, a little bit more sophisticated. And then for Nair, it would be something like Nair Rage, Nair Annoyed, something like that. Now, we're going to be talking a little bit about both of them. As you guys can see, Nair, it's going to be a backline physical DPS for the Vivacious team. And then Erpin, it's going to be also green. You can have both Erpins on the same team. And she's a mid lane magical DPS. She keeps her own element. When it comes to skins, it's pretty funny because they have both a cosplay of each other. So Erpin, let me put myself here so you guys can see the skins better. Erpin has a Nair cosplay, right? And then she has this cake skin, obviously, right? The Queen of Sweets. And then Nair will have the cosplay for Erpin, right here, right? And then her own skin, which looks really, really, really good. Both of these second skins are battle passes, so $20. And then these ones are normal skins, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they both look pretty nice. I like both of them. I don't know what they do kit-wise, so that's what we're going to be checking on this video. So let's go directly into that. As usual, you guys can leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's jump directly into the Korean wiki. And let's go into Erpin, a royal capital. And I'm going to be going directly into the Korean version because the automatic translation usually is a little bit worse than translating with Google. So we're going to be doing that. So let's start with Erpin herself. All right, let's go down here. Oh, we also have the PV we could be watching, but it's fine. So let's start with Erpin. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Translate. Hopefully the translations are decent. All right, hopefully they are decent. And let's check what Erpin is doing. Freshman skill fires a royal magic bullet until it consumes all its SP, dealing AoE magic damage to random enemies. Each time you fire a royal magic bullet, you consume a certain amount of SP, and when you kill an enemy with this skill, you recover your own SP. The amount of damage taken while fighting these bullets is reduced, and when the skill ends, you restore your own HP. You have a 60% damage reduction while you are fighting them. You recover 20% HP. You're also recovering 10 SP for each kill. Alright. And then let me check this. So is she firing? Yes, okay, so basically she fires until she consumes all of her SP. That is pretty nice. It could be interesting to see if they might be releasing items that increase the SP, or maybe you can sustain these somehow with some of the few items we have nowadays with SP recovery. I don't think you will be able to. That looks like a huge SP reduction, no? It's consuming it pretty fast, but it's also a lot of bullets. And at level 10, it's pretty good damage, 760%, and this goes even higher because you can go to level 13, and for global, this goes to level 15 whenever we get her. So that's pretty nice. I like it. And then we have her senior skill. Its skill damage is increased, and then Erpin Patch, or Erpin Patch, I assume that's the name of the skill, yep, deals 8 AoE magic damage to enemies, dealing higher damage to on the last hit. While attacking, you will not be targeted by enemies and will become invincible. Alright, that's it. What is the senior skill? Right here. Okay, she goes Super Saiyan. That's actually a pretty fucking cool skill. I like it a lot. That's a really cool skill animation. I like it. Alright, so she goes Super Saiyan, deals a huge amount of damage. It's not as much, that's the last hit basically, but it still looks pretty good. I like it a lot. And then we will have her normal attack, which has nothing interesting going on. I'm interested on her aside, on the second one, right here. Oh, this is like the UI aside. Adds one more personality for innocent, so you can have like that 11. For those of you who don't know, they recently added more bonuses. Not only we can go to 8 characters of the same personality, or 9, whatever it was before, now you can go all the way to 11 characters of the same personality, and that's a 231% increase on HP and damage, which is crazy, by the way. It's a huge increase. So basically, you will add one more innocent character to the team. The range of the lower of the freshman skill is increased, and while you are fighting the bullets on the freshman skill, it becomes the Queen's Will state, okay, which you are immune to silence, taunt, curiosity, not sure what would that be, I assume that's a stun, and to not be incapacitated, so you cannot be killed while you have the Queen's Will. So not only you have the damage reduction, right, but it goes from having damage reduction on your freshman skill on the 60% to basically you cannot die if you have Head Aside unlocked here on the second skill. Alright, that's pretty nice, it's pretty cool. It's obviously an improvement only just because of that already extra character you are getting. That is huge already, So that is for Erpin. I like her kit a lot. I think her animation for the senior skill is fantastic. Just go Super Saiyan. Let's also check Nair to see what's going on with her. So let's go into the Vivacious characters. Nair Kite. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the translation. Nair Rage. I think it's Nair Rage, the translation. But once again, God knows. Let's go to skills directly, and we will be checking what she does. So let's go here. Her animations are pretty funny, honestly. Let me see. So we have a freshman skill that is Summon the Emblem of the Crusade, dealing AoE physical damage to enemies and increasing the normal attack damage of all allies. While the Temple Emblem is maintained, transfer a portion of the damage taken by all allies to the Temple Emblem. You can summon only one, alright? So pretty decent AoE. You're increasing a 25% normal attack damage. The emblem can transfer what? 25% damage, and it will have a 150% max HP, I assume based on Nair's own max HP, no? So if we check her freshman skill, she summons this flag here. It's going to be transferring damage they take into the flag at 25%, and it's also going to be increasing damage for everyone that's standing around it, I assume. That's a pretty cool animation. I like it a lot. Seems to be a pretty nice freshman skill. Let's check her senior skill instead, and that's going to be the Judgment of the Charge. She swings her axe speed heavily, dealing AoE physical damage to enemies and putting herself on a tight state, which means you are changing your basic attacks. Not sure what that will be. If anyone knows the translation on the global server, or if we have something similar, let me know. This is going to be doing 1000 physical damage at max level for 20 seconds of the duration, which is right here. 40-second cooldown, alright? Oh, that's a cool animation. So basically, it deals AoE and then changes her basic attack. I'm not sure how it changes. Let's check here. Oh, there we go. So her basic attack is normal physical damage twice. She's hitting twice. But while you are on this tight state, it slashes to deal physical damage instead to 3 enemies. So you are hitting 3 times per hit. Is this doing 2 hits or 2 basic attacks, 3 hits each? Or is it changing from 2 to 3? Because it's 2 basic attacks with 3 hits is crazy. There is a few items that will proc really well with her, right? And then also increases the damage to 375 instead of 250. Okay. And then her enhanced basic attack at regular intervals, it summons a huge axe spear that deals area physical damage to enemies, and then this summon axe will explode, dealing additional damage to enemies proportional to the amount of damage dealt over the past time, I assume over the previous hits. Let me see. So she's doing that. Okay, that is the axe it summons, yeah. So it does summon an extra axe, right? Pop that one over there, and it will explode and deal extra damage. That looks pretty good. I like it. I think I like Erpin's kit more because I'm a simp for getting girls. The animations on both of them and how they look, it clearly shows how much Trigal has like evolved in the last 2 years, right? In terms of like a style and quality. The game has always looked good to me, but now it looks even better. And now Head Aside, the second Aside, which by the way, Head Aside is Erpin eating. Yes, Erpin munching on some bread. And then her A2, basically, a lively personality is promoted to dedication. No fucking idea what this is with this translation. Increases the damage dealt to characters with advantage characteristics. Okay, so you are doing 50% increased damage to the other personality. So, for example, in this case, to the press, you will be doing an extra 50% damage. Increases the maximum HP, physical attack, and base SP recovery of allies with dedicated and active personalities. I assume this is basically everyone is gonna be vivacious. Again, I assume. Obviously, we're going by automatic translations, no? While the emblem of the Crusade is maintained, her freshman skill, it increases the attack speed of all allies every second and strike lightning every regular hour. I assume every second, dealing physical damage to 2 random enemies and increases the amount of damage taken. Huge improvement on the emblem of Crusade. The emblem was already pretty good. Like, it seems to be already a pretty good skill that is increasing damage for your allies, is transferring this HP and reducing everyone damage taken, right? But now it's also going to be increasing all of the stats, like the SP recovery, the attack, the maximum HP, and it's also going to be doing extra damage and making all enemies take also more damage with the with the amount of damage taken. So it does look pretty good. It's only 3 seconds. And the best part is that it's a 40% damage taken increase for the enemies. That is huge, by the way. And attack speed 50% for 3 seconds. If you can sustain this, if this is proccing like every second with those lightnings, that will be pretty nice, but God knows. Both kits look fantastic. They both look like, obviously, anniversary characters. Also, something to consider with Trigal is that right now we're only getting 1 character, but they did switch to 2 characters per anniversary and half anniversary. We don't have to worry about this yet in global, but it's something to take into consideration. They started doing this with Uros and Tig Hero, and now it's the second time they do it with Erpin and Ner. I don't mind because, once again, as you guys can see, I don't play this game, and I still keep up and have basically almost every character. I'm going to be getting a Sana later on the personality banner, and I will be probably exchanging as well for this Daya alt. So there is no problem on getting the characters. The asides, ignore them. It's an endgame system that's for Omega long term for players. Alright, that's it. That's everything. That's basically everything for these 2 girls. I haven't done the event, so I don't have the background. I'll do it later so we can showcase it on a stream. As usual, we are live every single day. If you guys need help with anything on the game, website is always updated. Anything that might need to be changed, please do let me know in Discord. Just ping me or a comment and I'll check them out. As usual, good luck with your pool dinner rates, and I'll see you in the next one.